It would be an understatement to say that Friday Night Funkin' has taken the internet by storm, pretty surprisingly to a lot of core rhythm game players. The game has managed to create quite a wide appeal, and like the game or not, it is undoubtedly getting rhythm games in the hands of non-rhythm game players, and for that it should be commended. I'm no expert on FNF by any means. I personally don't get the appeal, and I'm sure parts of this video will explain why that is, but if you do like FNF, more power to you, it seems like a great time to be an FNF fan. What I can be, however, is the guy who sees you getting hooked on the gateway drug and tries to pull you in further. Don't get me wrong, if you want to just play FNF, you totally can. But if FNF is your first exposure to rhythm games, there's a huge swath of stuff out there that you might totally like, depending on what part of FNF stands out to you the most, whether that be the gameplay, the story elements, or the stylized presentation. So I'm here to be the one to peer pressure you into checking out other games you might like if you enjoy Friday Night Funkin'. As someone who's been playing both home and arcade rhythm games for almost 8 years, I've played almost every rhythm game you can play in the US, and even some that you can't. I picked one game for each of the aspects I just mentioned previously, that being gameplay, style, and story elements. These games may not have the exact appeal as those elements of FNF, but I'm here to give you a solid next step into the genre if you liked Friday Night Funkin'. Also, if you have any questions about rhythm games, feel free to join my Discord. It's a bit empty in there right now, but due to that, I can read pretty much everything that's posted in there. So if you're curious about any rhythm games or where to go next, feel free to join and chat. With that, let's hop into 3 games you might like if you enjoy Friday Night Funkin'. The first game I'm going to touch on is Stepmania. If you like the gameplay aspect of FNF, Stepmania should 100% be your next step. After all, the gameplay of FNF is basically straight up DDR, which Stepmania is a clone of. Stepmania has a massive history and has existed for a long time, so there are tons of different skins and song packs to change up your gameplay. And there's something for everyone in terms of difficulty across the 2 types of charts that are out there, namely charts that are meant to act like if you were playing on a pad and would only technically require 2 feet, or charts that are 100% built for keyboard, which is something far closer to FNF. I promise there's something out there for you in terms of difficulty that you can jump in and play. There's something like 15 years worth of songs and packs available, so get out there and dive in. If you're interested, I'd specifically recommend checking out Eterna. Eterna is a modified version of Stepmania designed more heavily toward keyboard play and is on screen right now. Tons of customization options, as well as integrated song downloading and ranked leaderboards, make it more of a full single-player rhythm game rather than just playing a DDR simulator on a keyboard. Stepmania and Eterna are entirely free games on PC, so you don't need to worry about platforms or song packs. Just find a keyboard and get the game and some songs downloaded, and you're ready to roll. If you enjoy the stylized aspects of FNF with its graphics and characters, then I suggest possibly checking out Project Diva. Our second game is focused on being a fun, cute, and stylish rhythm game that is an absolute blast to play. From colorful and happy to sad and emotional to just downright odd songs, this game's atmosphere and environment explore a wide range, and there's a ton of songs to play in the most recent versions of the game. And it's even another game with music featuring synthesized vocals, if that part of FNF really appeals to you and you've never heard of Vocaloid. The gameplay is pretty solidly accessible at the low end, but don't be fooled by the game's cute facade. Project Diva will beat you down in the higher difficulties, giving you a ton of stuff to play and improve on. There's also more ways to enjoy and customize your experience in many of the Project Diva games, with most of the mainline entries allowing you to customize the Vocaloid's appearances. You even get cursed nightmare material, like this. If you're interested in picking up Project Diva, I'd suggest picking up either Project Diva Megamix on Switch or Project Diva Future Tone on PS4, depending on what console you have. I actually already have another video on my other channel comparing these 2 games, so if you have both consoles and you aren't sure which version to get, go check that video out. Lastly, if you're interested in the story elements and world appeal of FNF, you may enjoy another game that has that approach. Rhythm Heaven Megamix is the latest entry in the Rhythm Heaven series, a set of games designed around sort of WarioWare-esque rhythm minigames, often set to some sort of isolated world or story for each one. There are a wide range of minigames in Rhythm Heaven, such as one where you play as a seal rocking back and forth, a game where you pick hairs out of an onion, or a game where you chop wood as a buff wolfman while a bunch of cats watch, and so much more. The game serves a selection of the series' best minigames, so there's an absolute ton to go through here. And I'd go as far as to say they're all really fun. Megamix also has an overarching story. It's honestly pretty okay considering this is a rhythm game, and it takes you through all the minigames as well, so it's a great way to experience a ton of Rhythm Heaven all at once. If you're interested in the story and the world elements of Friday Night Funkin', you may enjoy the theming and tone of Rhythm Heaven's minigames. The game can also be tough as nails if you're trying to take the game to a high level. The majority of the endgame gameplay of Rhythm Heaven is going for perfects or Ps, which require you to play entire minigames with 0 missing. Miss even once and you're dead, but if you can manage to hold through the whole thing, you'll put a P rating on the minigame. If you're trying to get a lot of P ranks, there's an absolute ton of stuff for you to do. Compared to the others in this video, this game is unfortunately a little out of date, with Rhythm Heaven Megamix being released on the 3DS a few years ago. You should definitely check it out if you've got a 3DS sitting around, but hopefully sometime soon we'll see a new entry on the Switch, since it's been quite a few years since Megamix. An honorable mention in this category would be Os Tatake Oendan for the original DS. If you're gonna bust out the 3DS, I may as well recommend 2 games for it, right? Oendan has been dead for a while, but if you can find either of the Japanese games or Elite Beat Agents, the English version, I'm sure that if you're into Friday Night Funkin', you can enjoy that game's hilarious story of saving people with the power of song and dance. If you want to learn more about Oendan, check out my Dead Rhythm Games video on it to see what you're missing out on. So, needless to say, there are a ton of rhythm games out there for new fans of the genre to try, and I personally think these 3 could be really good next steps for any fan of Friday Night Funkin'. The gameplay of Stepmania, the style of Project Diva, and the atmosphere and fun tones of Rhythm Heaven all exemplify parts of Friday Night Funkin' that a lot of people seem to enjoy. And to be honest, these are just some examples I went with based on what I saw people liking about Friday Night Funkin'. You could probably try pretty much anything in the genre and like it. You can play something fast like Sound Voltex, something technical like 2DX, or something flashy like Dance Rush. There's so much out there, so this is basically my plea to new rhythm game fans. Get out there and dig around. There's something for almost everyone in the genre, and FNF is a great gateway. If FNF is as far as you want to go, that's great too. We're happy to have you, and welcome to rhythm gaming. But if FNF was just enough of a taste and you're looking for something more, you've got a huge pile of games for you to dive into. Thanks for watching. Check out my Twitter and my Twitch. Links are in the description below. You can also check out my Patreon if you want to support my content. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.